This just in, the LA Chargers have announced that they have relieved Anthony Lynn of his duties. The team finished 7-9. Stephen A., your thoughts?
Sadly, he deserves it. I cannot knock the Los Angeles Chargers for making this move. They finished 7-9. You cannot make the mistakes that they've made as a franchise on the football field and keep your job as the head coach. Now, there are obviously, I'm not covering the team, and so there are things that we may not know. I'm not a former NFL player like Ryan Clark, who knows this game in and out and can educate us about what he saw. But I will tell you this. You have a rookie quarterback that completed 66% of his passes, threw for over 4,000 yards, was 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and you were still finding ways to lose football games. You had surrendered numerous double-digit leads. You got blown out by Cam Newton and the New England Patriots 45-0, and that was clearly about coaching. Again, you blew numerous double-digit leads. And when you look at it from that standpoint, along with the innumerable mistakes that were made, there were so many weeks that passed by that we looked at the Los Angeles Chargers and said coaching, not players, not a play, coaching. You can't have that many question marks when you got a rookie quarterback that looks like a stud in Justin Herbert and you're losing games because of coaching. That's inexcusable. And as big of a supporter as I am for black coaches getting an opportunity, I cannot knock the Los Angeles Chargers for making this move.
Well,
I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
Chargers had to get rid of Anthony Lynn. He was terrible. Other than Gase, he was probably the worst in the game this year. But because you lose an African-American coach doesn't mean you can't replace him with an African-American coach. It does not have to be a net loss in terms of diversity,
Agreed.
Particularly when the leading candidate is the offensive coordinator for the best offense, right, in Bieniemy, who should get the job if he wants it. Guys, when you look at Justin Herbert, you know, like Trevor Lawrence, I was saying the Jags are a great destination because all the picks, all the cap space, and Trevor Lawrence. He's this incredible prospect. If Trevor Lawrence has as good a rookie season as Justin Herbert, that'll be amazing. He'll have fulfilled his potential in his rookie season. Justin Herbert is just about as good a rookie as there's ever been at the position. I'm not saying Dan Marino quite, or Patrick Mahomes, you know, at least as a first-year starter. But Herbert makes you think of those guys. Like, that is an amazing job for someone. And what did I say? The best franchises, always the same combination. Great coach, great quarterback. They got a great one in Justin Herbert. And that's an opening that Lynn blew. He blew the job. He was not up to that task. But just because, Stephen A., if you're talking about diversity, Lynn, who's African-American, is out, doesn't mean that another African-American candidate can't be put in, particularly when Bieniemy is sitting there.
I mean, you look at this team, right, guys, and you think to yourself, the last 4 games they win. That's how they end up 7-9. This decision was made in the middle of the season. This decision was made after the Buffalo Bills debacle. This decision was made after losing by 45 to the New England Patriots. Because when you look at this team, the way they fought down the stretch, found ways to win some close games, it seemed like things were coming along, but they had already reached a point to where they thought they were moving on from Anthony Lynn. Now it's about the next step of the process. You don't necessarily need the quarterback guru, right? You don't need the guy that's going to make Justin Herbert or let Justin Herbert fulfill his potential, because it looks like he's on his way to that. So you need a coach that's going to understand delegation, that's going to understand time management, that's going to be able to build a complete team, because it seems you have a star at quarterback. So whether it's Eric Bieniemy, whether it's Robert Saleh, wherever you go to pick this next coach, don't make it be about making Justin Herbert the best he could be. Don't make it be about who we think can call the best plays offensively. Make it be about who can be a leader of men, because those are the organizations that we see year in and year out that are in the fight for NFC and AFC championships, that are in the fight for Super Bowls. You know you have a star. Anthony Lynn didn't coach well enough to keep this job. Make sure you make the right choice now, because it's the most important choice this organization has made in a long time.
And I think it's important to point this out, y'all. The Chargers are under
Go
some
ahead.
pressure because the Rams were in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. They're back in the playoffs now. Sean McVay is a personality. Aaron Donald is on the Rams, along with Jalen Ramsey and those boys. The Rams matter. The Chargers, no one gives a damn about them in L.A. People have been talking about they need to go back to San Diego. Now, if you want to be relevant in L.A., you got to make the right call here.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, look, Justin Herbert, I would say already, guys, you know how I say most quarterbacks are dependent upon situation to be great? There are very few, like Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes, that would independently be great no matter where they were. Herbert looks like that guy to me. He looks like he's going to be fantastic wherever he is, and maybe he just showed it with Lynn. But I already see the floor for him if he stays healthy, like Matt Stafford. That's the floor for Justin Herbert if he stays healthy. That's a hell of a floor when the upside is one of the 2 or 3 best of his generation. I agree with you, Ryan. You need a leader of men, but get a top-notch coach in there for this kid, and you will compete for Super Bowls every year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.